morning, Floss Tube. It is Flossmas day 4. It's 9:05 in the morning. It is 9.5 degrees in here. I am freezing, so we're going to motor through this. Didn't get a whole lot done yesterday. Busy day again. This is me going, I'm going to do so much stitching in the 10 days that I'm off work. I'm on day 4 of being off work, 5 of being off work, and I've done not very much yet. So, but I have got things a bit more sorted. I have been back to my storage locker. I reckon I've got another 2-3 loads out of that, and if I take up Richard's big estate car, we can probably get it emptied completely, and I'm not handing the keys back because it's a padlock that I've bought, but do you know what I mean? Sort of get that sorted. It means I can get my deposit back and anything outstanding that I've already, because you pay a month in advance. So if I give it back here, I'll get this much of the month back. So the sooner I can get that off my case. It does mean I'm using a lot of my time sorting out stuff, but you know, that's life and it happens, and I've just got to get on with it. So I've just brushed my hair and I couldn't be bothered even plaiting it up. My fingers are too cold, so it is what it is right now. I've forgotten to bring my I've totally forgotten to bring my number 4 through. I'm going to go and get that right now, actually. Hang on. There we go. So I found a little board, and I've just realised that the board is in fact magnetic. So there is number 2 up there. That is not the one I'm giving away. The one I'm giving away, I have heard from the lady. It will be in the post to you. I've got that down here. I'm trying to keep things organised. So there is a spare number 2 up there. And we will be opening packet number 4 today. It's another little packet. It's one that rattles. So, you know, it's been so long since I've packaged these up myself that I've kind of forgotten what's in them. So 4 I'll be opening in a moment, but I thought I'd show you my stitching first. So I started the bookseller yesterday, and I've put in about 700 stitches into it, 400 yesterday, 300 this morning, and my bookseller now looks like this. I have stitched in both of the little cats. They do need some back stitch, but there was 2 little cats and there is a bench, and can't help noticing that my guideline there for the next start of the next one is already miscounted. So obviously it's going to be a little nearer the side border by a few stitches. It'll be fine. So I've put in the blue, the rest of it's all beads, and the bench, and I've got the doors in, so, and the steps. So I've done a little bit of the bookseller so far, and it makes you realise that, yeah, the daily news there, I really did get like 1 day stitching into the daily news there. So I will put a little bit more into that, because I've left a gap. I might do some of the stitching on this side here so it looks a bit more cohesive. But there is my start on the bookseller. So I'm going to keep on stitching on this today, and very possibly tomorrow morning, depending on how much I put into it today. I might start the next one tomorrow morning when I get up, or I might put a little bit more into the bookseller tomorrow morning, because that's what I did with the firehouse. It got like 2 and the early morning. And by early morning, I mean 6 o'clock when I wake up Flora, until either 7 or 7:30 when she either gets the bus or the train. This morning it was the train. She had a bit of an issue last night getting back into Google, because of course she hadn't accessed her Google account. She was just logged in. I think when she got her new phone, her old phone was still working, so she just connected the 2 and they spoke to each other, and it automatically loaded up. This time her old phone screen is gone. So although she plugged it into her laptop, and I think she's managed to take all the information that wasn't on the SD card onto it, and that's okay, she was up until midnight in a flappy panic. Of course, the Google recovery email was Robin's, because he set the kids' accounts up when Flora was literally 5. So I messaged him at 11:30 at night, "Are you still up? Please, 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 can you check your Gmail?" And he immediately sent the screenshot of the recovery code they'd sent. So that was fine. She got back into her Google. She did it all herself. Bar messaging Robin, she would have messaged him, except we're waiting for her pack code for her new phone. Oh, when I picked her up from school yesterday after going to the storage locker, I didn't get to Asda. I'll maybe get to Asda today. We went to Tesco's, spoke to the Tesco's guy, and she has got a contract. She's got a 3-year contract. She has got to look after this phone for us. It's an £850 phone. It's just a Samsung, but it's not. Mine is here, Richard's is there, and Flora's is in the middle. So it's a really nice phone for a 16-year-old to have, but it's not a brand new, just out S24, which would have been up this end. Mine is down this end, but it's perfect for my purposes, and I was in an absolute panicky flap the day my phone died. So I could have had a prettier phone on a better plan had I not been in a blind panic. Very annoying, but I'm tied in for now. As soon as I'm not tied in, I will sort my own phone out, but I'm tied in for now. I think mine's only a 24-month because my phone was half the price of Flora's. Anyway, so she's very happy. It's working. We're just waiting for Tesco Mobile to bleep bleep and accept the pack code, and then she'll be back with mobile data and everything. She's got a really good package, and yes, she's gone contract. She was always pay as you go. I'm now just adjusting her pocket money to make sure so her phone package will be paid. I've told her I'm paying it until she finishes university, full stop, because she was like, no, I'm working, I'll pay it. And I'm like, no, I will pay it until you finish university. Bearing in mind that's 4 years away. So, but she wouldn't go for that unless I adjusted her pocket money down to, because I give them weekly. I give my girls weekly pocket money into their bank accounts, and girls, even Maddie, if the rule with Maddie, because she is nearly 22 and I'm still paying her pocket money, I'm still giving her pocket money, because she spends money like water. The rule is as soon as she has full-time work, that will stop, because when she's working full-time, she's going to really earn the same sort of money that I'm earning, so it's not fair that I'm giving her extra. We've decided on this, and then I will then give hers to Lizzie to help Lizzie a bit more at uni. It all fits in the big scheme of things. Basically, I'm no worse off, is the long and the short of it. And Flora has a brand new phone, which she's super happy with, but she has really got to look after it. Right, so we did that and got home. Flora got to work, and then we went out to the cinema, little local tiny cinema. It literally had like 30 seats in it in our local town where we live, and we watched Gladiator 2, which I enjoyed very much, having really enjoyed and watched lots of times Gladiator, and it was really good. I really enjoyed it, and it was really nice. I did need my glasses, thank goodness I brought them and cleaned them before I went. So that was really fun. I did have to tell Richard off quite a few times because honestly, the man with the bag of popcorn, I'm gonna put your fingers in your ears if you can't bear it, but literally he was like this. Big battle scene, not eating a thing, quiet, whispery little voices, and he goes, and I was like, shut up, shush. And then later on, somebody, sorry about that, somebody the other end of the 30 screen, you know, like 8 seats away from us, did it, and he was like, oh, and I was like, you just did that, and he was like, oh, did I? And I was like, yeah, really loudly. So other than that, and then when we came out, it was pouring with rain, and we walked, because it takes like 6 minutes to walk there, and he always takes the car. He takes the car everywhere. He's lived in this town for 20 odd years, and he drives the car everywhere, and I'm like, I've lived 10 miles from a shop. To be able to walk to a cinema in 6 minutes, I'm like, oh my god, it's amazing. Let's do it. Let's walk. And so we walked. And so it was raining when we came out. So we was moaning and mumpy all the way home, which was, I just thought was hilarious. I thought it was utterly hilarious. And then we got in, and Flora was in panic, can't get into my Google. She had her laptop open. She had every phone under the planet on, and she was imploding. Midnight, she chaps on the door, because obviously we'd gone up to bed. She chaps on the door and goes, it's working, I've got it on. I was like, oh, thank goodness, you know. And I was like, you need to get to sleep now, because I'm waking up in 6 hours. Yeah, I went up I woke her at 6. Oh yeah, I'm getting up. I went up at 6:25 and went, 4, it's 25 past now. So I didn't even push her and just assumed that as 7 o'clock came and went, we were getting the train. So she got the train. Right. Which she definitely got, because I heard the train, because the train is, as I've said, literally there, but you can't get to it. But you have to go all the way around, which takes all of like 5 minutes if you're walking. Literally 2 minutes if you're driving to get to the railway station. Took me longer to scrape my windscreen of ice. There is ice on the roof of the conservatory. It is very pretty. It looks like it's professionally, you know what you call when they put in a bathroom, you get the smoked window. It looks like that, except it's ice. Brr. Anyway, that's why I'm talking quickly and I'm cold. Okay, also this morning I have finally caught up with October stitching, so I'm now only officially 1 whole month behind in my treasure hunt bookshelf, which probably doesn't look any different to how it looked yesterday, but there is now 340 stitches in it, which there weren't yesterday, and I'm just working in the browns. I've done 838 and now I'm on 938. Doesn't sound right. It's the brown and the 800 brown and the 900 brown that are really close in numbers, but one's darker than the other. Yeah. Anyway, so I parked that one. I do park threads, but just right at the edge of my Q-snap where there's stitches that are literally where you can see I've rolled my clamp around to try and reach a few extra stitches, and then gone, enough. So I've parked the thread. Where is my needle? Oh, my needle's ready to go for a new strand. I finished the strand out, and there we go. So I'm gonna keep at this. I'm gonna try and do 500 stitches a day, apart from my day where I just stitch on it from dawn till dusk. That's going to be my big day on this, and try and make a really inroad into November stitching, which I'm still miles behind on. But I'm hopefully that I'm only going to be the 1 month behind when I hit the end of the month. Realistically, 14,000 stitches are not going into that project this month. And that's fine. I will do my best. Okay, today I've already done quite a bit of stitching. I've already done like 500, 600 stitches, and it's only 9:20, so nice and early. Richard's on a late. He's still in bed. He had a really bad day. He's taken to waking up. I think he's a bit stressed. He's taken to waking up and being awake in the night. So I've let him, obviously I've let him sleep in. I got up at 6 to wake up Flora and came down and had coffee and watched telly. And he's still sleeping, so I'll make sure he's up in time to get ready for work. He leaves at about 11. He starts at 11:30 when he's on a late, and works until the food is done and they're cleaned down, which can be 7 o'clock, could be 8 o'clock, could be 8:30. Just depends who's in and how much they're eating tonight and how much help he's got. Sometimes there's no help and he has to do everything, so sometimes he's later than others. Yeah. So that's me for today. I will stitch until about 1 o'clock. Then I will go to my storage unit, fill half the back seat and the boot, and go through to my parents and try and get to Asda, then go through to my parents to pick up Maddie, and then I'll come back and grab Flora, and then we'll come home. So I should be home by about 3:30, which means that then I can then get on, and I think I might get on with my bags tonight. I've still got quite a few. I'm at the zip phase, so I need to stitch on the vinyl, stitch on the bag, and now I got most of the rest of the binding sorted the other day, so that's all done and rolled now. I have made, I think, 8 or 9 colours of binding. I showed you just like 3 or 4, but I need to get the binding stitched on the front of the bags, and then it'll be a case of doing the fold and hand stitching it together on the back, which is how I like to do it, because I think it's very much neater than trying to wing it on the machine and ending up with snaggy bits that you can clearly see. I like it to really look nice, and they're just for me, just for me, the bags at the minute. I have overmade, but when I fill from my box for my whip go, I'll see how many I've got left over. Jessie Marie put a video up, how to play whip go, It's not her how to play WhipGo, it's sort of little extra bits of information for WhipGo. And yeah, I'm definitely on the WhipGo train. I haven't done any more to my WhipGo board. And she was just saying, look, it's a 5x5 grid. Please don't go and buy things on Etsy, sort of thing. You can literally do it on a piece of paper, was what she was trying to say to people. And a couple of the people she has collabed with to put them in their planners and things. But my WhipGo is this. You can do WhipGo on and basically what she was saying is you can do WhipGo on anything. I am doing WhipGo on anything because mine is going to be goals and prizes and monies. Monies for me, prizes for you, and goals. Really, really ambitious. We're going with ambitious because I like to think it's ambitious rather than not doable. Oh, me just being in here is actually melting the ice. I think that's all my hot air from talking too much is actually melting the ice. Either that or the sun is finally not quite come round yet. Anyway, so I watched her this morning, just her little update, how to play WhipGo. I am 100% on board with it. I've never played it before. I am a newbie, but I am 100% on board with it. And yeah, my goals are very ambitious, but we'll see. And if I reach them and I put money in my box, I might have myself some Grigoriy kits for Christmas next year. But we'll see. We will see. I might be ordering them anyway. Anyway, okay, so not very much stitching. I didn't get any Barbara Anna done because I left it at home. I had 20 minutes in the car parked up waiting for Flora and I didn't have any stitching with me and there's no signal there. And I was literally just like, what do I do? So I was messaging Richard going, I've left my stitching at home. And he was like, you're all right, you'll survive. I'm like, I don't think I'm going to survive it. It was, yeah, I didn't have my stitching. Right. Okay, so I've got some stuff to sort out from the storage locker yesterday. I brought the drawers from the chest of drawers that were knackered. So I've got the drawers. I'm basically checking through the drawers, chucking away. I've done one so far this morning and I think I've thrown 90% of it. Well, is back in the drawer, but will go into a bin bag. All the bin bags I've filled have been taken this morning. It's a funny little area. You get given a roll of bin bags and they are the official stamped bin bags with the county council's name on them. Anything you put in one of these bin bags will get taken. If you put out a different bin bag, if you put out a bin bag that is the same colour but does not have the stamp on it, they will not take it. You have to find it. You have to take that to the tip. So the tip pile's gone from huge down to dead cardboard, drawers, things like that. You know, the things that have come out that have been carriers, broken plastic boxes, the big storage bins that have been smashed up because they've been moved here, there and everywhere. I've emptied them. They've gone out. The ones that aren't broken, I've obviously kept to refill with crap, which will then get further sorted. So I'm going to be left with maybe 4 or 5 big bins that are full of useful things that I need to resort, but that's fine. They can come here and be stored here as opposed to in the storage locker, which is expensive. So yeah, a bit more of that. I should be home, maybe work on my bags. Giveaway day. So number 4 today. If you have a little rattly number 4 in your box, do feel free. You could have opened it at any point, but feel free to open it. And I will give this away tomorrow. Oh, lovely! It's these. It is a scissor fob, and it's a winter themed scissor fob with. Oh, I'll just turn that round a little bit there. With charms and beads. So this one's got a mitten, a beautiful glass blue bead, a snowflake charm there, a snowflake charm there, and a lovely little iridescent heart bead and some little silver bells. So with these, this was the weekend Lizzie was home. She made me about 4 of these and I used them as a pattern. And I basically pulled from a box of charms, 2 different boxes of charms, these enamel charms, which I really loved, and the snowflake charms. And then I picked all the beads and I basically copied her idea completely. So they're all the same, but all slightly different. I need to go and get oh, this is the one I'm giving away. So I can give you an example of another one, because I've got another one in here. This is my full set. So this is the one that's being given away as number 4 with the mitten. I'm going to pop that back in its little packet and close it back up. Okay. And pop it in my drawer. Number 2 will be out in the post very shortly. And here is the one that's going on the board. And he has a little penguin, again, a little bead, a glass bead, and the 2 snowflake charms. So I basically copied her plan. She made like 2 of 2 different types. So I just used the beads I had that matched the beads she had used, and I used her copies because Lizzie is the scissor fob girl. She's got such a good eye for it. Now, if you hang on 2 seconds, I'm just going to go and get some little things I can put this up on my board there. There. So there he is. Fidget magnets. But I can clip the hook onto at least. So there we go. That is number 4 in the advent box. And so leave me a comment today, and I've thought of something, right? So all you need to do is give me a number today. The 2 pieces I'm stitching in my pattern keeper at the moment is my super size Max Colour Treasure Hunt bookshelf, which was the first thing I loaded back in to my new phone. So it is number 1 on my pattern keeper list on my phone. The other thing I'm stitching, which I didn't get any done yesterday, but I'm going to go and do some when I go through with a new hot cup of coffee to warm up, is my Barbara Anna Christmas is Coming, the Santa on the snail pulling the 2 little trucks. And that is at the bottom because I got that out of my Google Drive, and it's the last thing I've uploaded to Pattern Keeper. So when I switch from one to the other, I have to scroll, and it's a big old scroll. So I've counted, okay? And this is what I'm genuinely interested. Pattern Keeper, I assume that whatever we use on Apple, or is it Markup XP, I think it's called? I assume it's icons just like Pattern Keeper. How many pieces have you got in Pattern Keeper? I have 40. 2 of them I have not started. I'll be honest, 2 of them are not started yet. So I have 38 pieces in Pattern Keeper. 37, one of them I haven't started, the Halloween squid thing that was for Maddie. I haven't started that either. So I've got 37 out of the 40 pieces uploaded to Pattern Keeper that I have started. So I've got 40 things in my Pattern Keeper. This is on my phone that is with me permanently. I've got, I think, 4 or 5 on my old Fire tablet, one of which is moved across, and I think on my old phone I've got all my timeout UFOs on there. As I was saying yesterday, I think there's 4 or 5 on there that have not made it onto this Pattern Keeper, but on my phone, the Pattern Keeper I use all the time, I've got 40. So if you want to leave me a little comment, that's brilliant, or tell me how many you've got in your Pattern Keeper or your Markup XP. If you use paper patterns, just leave me a little comment anyway. And we're dipping for the little mitten scissor fob, which will be given away tomorrow. So just leave me a little comment, and if you don't want to write me a big long comment, that's fine. I appreciate I'm asking everybody to leave me lots of comments, but just put the number. If you've got 12, put 12, or leave me a comment. But I'm just because I've been scrolling to get from one to the other, it's like, oh my god, how many pieces have I got in Pattern Keeper now? The guy I work with who cross stitches has got one. He's got one whip. I keep pushing him to try and get him to start like loads of other things, and he's like, no, his brain is on one whip. He's doing the Aurora Cottage from Dimensions, but it's not a Dimensions kit he's doing, but he got a PDF and marked it all off, and now it's much easier to use. He's got one of my needle minders on it now. I gave him a needle minder, so yeah. They still don't know about me. So few people know about me in real life. They just don't know about me. They just think I'm some old lady who works in Aldi. I love it. It's like I have a whole different thing going on, and loads of people do, don't they? Loads of people have lots of things going on. Right, I'm about frozen solid. I'm going to go make myself a lovely hot cup of coffee, and I'm going to do some stitching on my Barbara Anna, and I'm going to try and get this to 500, and yeah, carry on with my day, and maybe get on with my bags or something later on. Hopefully get to Asda, but yeah, leave me a little comment. How many pieces do you have in your pattern keeper? I bet there's people out there with more than 40. That's my thinking. I can't be the only one with tons. All right, Sarah the stitching mummy's probably got like about 150, but how many have you got? I'm sitting at a very neat round 40. Admittedly, 3 of them I haven't started yet, but I will. I've left them in pattern keeper because I plan on starting them. I just haven't yet. Right, I will see you tomorrow. Probably around about this time, depending on how cold it is in here. Depends on how quickly I talk. Apparently I'm still going to be doing about half-hour videos by the looks of things, but just depends how quickly I talk and how cold I am. Can't feel my feet, need to get a coffee. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful stitchy day, whatever it is you're doing today. Have a wonderful day. I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.